The report is based on data collected over the last 4 years. The CPE says that the information can help the department see where it needs to improve. But the NAACP says it just points out more of the same disparities they've seen for decades.
Racial disparities are important to measure because they shed light on specific sources of frustration and the risk of harmful outcomes in communities.
CPE's digital report shows that from 2017 to 2020, Black people in San Diego experienced non-traffic stops 3.5 times more than whites and were searched at the same rate as whites. When it comes to use of force, Black people were subjected to force 5 times more often as white people per year on average, based on the population size of each group. The 2019 U.S. Census says Black people made up 6.4% of San Diego's population, and 65.1% of the population is white.
Disparities do not necessarily indicate that police officers have engaged in bias or discriminatory behavior towards different racial groups.
The San Diego chapter of the NAACP pushed back on that idea, saying the data speaks for itself and policy changes in the San Diego Police Department are long overdue.
San Diego needs to do something immediately. The Chief of Police, David Neslight, has a Black advisory. Mayor Todd Gloria has a Black advisory. How much talking can one entity do? We are the 8th largest city. And we keep talking and we don't have new policies and procedures.
Maxwell says the police department has reached out and held town halls with the community before, and yet disparities in policing continue. Mayor Todd Gloria says the city will address the report's findings head on.
The data is very clear. We have work to do. We've known for some time about the racial disparities that exist in policing. No matter the reasons behind them, these disparities can stir up pain for members of our San Diego City community. We, as a city, will own this and will work to be better.
Now, the mayor says that he's already announced some reforms like limiting consent searches, implicit bias training for officers, and reducing the number of arrests for low-level offenses.